Hello there, hosers, and welcome back to the video. I have my black coffee with me at the moment. I went out and got it. It's damn good. I'm enjoying it. It's going to help me get through my videos today to wake up. Anyways, today we're going to talk about, well, I got three things. I've got Carney, Guardrails, China. That's what the focus is here. So basically what we have here is Carney is starting to spell out his actual guardrails for dealing with China and trade. He says that yes, we can trade a lot more with China. We have a lot of stuff that we can trade with them. But he's saying absolutely no to a deep relationship in AI, critical minerals, or defense. And that to me makes sense, okay? He's also saying that we have way too many eggs in the U.S. basket. Time to diversify with China and India. And as you're probably aware, China and India are massive trading audiences, right? They got over 1 billion people in each of those nations. So yeah, you've got a lot of people you could trade with there, a lot of goods you could trade. Now the question here is, are those red line guardrails that they can't cross? Or is it really just going to be wide open roads? Let's see what these guardrails really hold, shall we? Now, Carney tells the CBC this. The key question is how deep the relationship gets and how clear the guardrails are going to be with China in areas like AI, critical minerals, defense, security threats, he says are way too big of an issue for any sort of deep ties, not even with the U.S. these days, given the trade shifts, right? He also went on to say to CBC to never put all your eggs in one basket. We've got way too many eggs in the American one, and we need to grow other areas of trade with other countries with a capital S. China and India at the moment top this list for the obvious reason. They are massive markets. And it's a good thing because what Carney's trying to do as well is Carney is trying to reset trade with India after Trudeau's ridiculous years and how he completely screwed up India in our trade relationship with them. Yeah, he's trying to fix that problem. Now, Carney also had a call with Xi, the head of China, and he called it a turning point. And he's also accepted a state visit to China. Now, I do hope that he's going to push to drop the canola tariffs because that's a multi-billion-dollar industry here in Canada, and I really feel for the farmers out there right now. And he's probably also going to raise human rights and foreign interference. Now, the former ambassador to China says this, that when you engage China, you have to set clear red lines that if they cross, there will be penalties. And then you have to convince Canadians, us, that what you're doing is the right thing. That's not going to be all that easy. So if we look at my whiteboard here, okay, I did write down China guardrails that you guys have been reading. That's where it is right now. Really, what are these guardrails going to be? Now, he says yes. Carney says yes to trade. Yeah, why not? We have tons of goods that we could trade to China. But he's also saying the guardrails need to be in place for anything with sensitive areas like AI, obviously critical minerals, and defense, right? And he's also saying that we've got too many eggs in the U.S. basket. We need to diversify with other countries. Now, he also has to make sure that these guardrails that he puts in are really hard line guardrails. There has to be consequences if they are passed by China or anyone else for that matter. So in conclusion, what we have here is Carney is drawing out Chinese or China guardrails for trade. He's saying, yeah, we could trade a lot more. We have a lot of stuff we could trade with. But saying no to the deep ties to those sensitive areas we mentioned. He's also mentioning that we've got way too many eggs in the U.S. basket. we need to diversify. We should have done that years ago anyways. He says that we have to set red lines, these guardrails for China trade, and there must be penalties if it's crossed. In the end, what you have here is a relationship reset and guardrails are now going up, right? And Canadians can hope that China will stay in their lane. I don't know if China can really stay in its own lane. It's always going to look for off lanes, right? That's what I think is going to happen here. They're going to look for ways around things. Anyways, guys, this is another day in the Ottawa circus. Another day we all get ourselves a little hosed. And that's the briefing.